right, it's 8 p.m. everyone. I would like to start off the Global Teacher Conversation session tonight. My name is Atika. I'm from Global Teacher Conversation. I would like to welcome all of you to our session. Tonight is the fourth session of the Global Community Takeover. So we have other communities from other parts of the world taking over GTC session. So we would like to welcome all of you again. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. First, maybe you can go to participants, the participants tab, find your name and then rename yourself. So how you rename yourself, you start with the country where you are at, underscore, and then a short name that you want other people to call you with. Then go get yourself pen and paper, or you are a gadget person, get yourself a tablet, get yourself an iPad. That works too, because we will be doing a lot of writing, we'll be doing a lot of reflection tonight. I don't want to spoil too much of what's going to happen tonight. Noopur will be going that over with you in a bit. So if you see in the chat, Noopur had done a very lovely introduction and also sharing of her favorite artists. Maybe some of you can also do that too in the chat. We will really appreciate it. All right. Without further ado, I want to start off with some Zoom note. All right. So we would like for you to mute when you are not speaking, not because we don't want to hear your lovely voices. It's just that to make sure that there's no clashes of sound. And we, as much as we could, we want to make sure that there's like real, authentic interaction going on between all of us. So let's be present, everybody. Switch on your video if possible. We want to see you, we want to feel that we are talking to an actual person. So if you can, switch on your video and participate actively. Don't be shy. We have people who are first time joining us in the GTC tonight, and we also have people who have been joining since the very first inception of GTC in 2021 as well. So don't be shy. This is not a space where you get judged for how good or how bad your English is. This is not a place where we test your English as well. It's just a space where teachers talk and have dialogue together. Okay. So some GTC pillar principles for all of you. We abide by these three pillar principles. Number one, we make sure that we remain respectful to each other. How are we being respectful? It is by being mindful of how we speak, how we behave, and how we communicate with each other. I know this is very simple, very basic thing. Oh, we're an adult. Do we need to be reminded of this? Yes, we do. So every single communication, every single interaction is very, very significant in everybody's life. So we want to treasure that. Number two pillar principles in GTC is being supportive. Like I said, this is a space for people who want to seek for support and want to give support, right? So it's not a place where, oh, I'm the best at English, or I'm not so good at English. No, this is the place where everybody support everybody. Number three, be participative. How you can be participative is by showing interest. And how you can show interest? By asking questions to friends here and answer questions too. I'm sure Noopur that will have a lot of questions that she will be asking you in a bit. So make sure that you participate and answer questions. Okay. All right, a little bit of an agenda of what's going to happen tonight. Right. There will be a little bit of an opening, just a little bit. And then I will pass the stage over to Noopur for community takeover. Noopur, I will be introducing her in a bit, and then we will have conversation between us. And then next, there will be announcement, some photo time, and then we close at about 9:30 p.m. Right, let's start with type in the chat. Number one, have you teach art? Yes or no? One. Number two, have you used art in your teaching? So I want to see some responses. Use the chat function. Question number one, have you teach art? Yes or no? Question number two, have you used art in teaching? So if you are or you were art teacher, then maybe you want to answer one, yes. But you're not an art teacher, then you can answer two. Yes, I have used art in the teaching. No, I have never used art in my teaching. Let's see. I want to see some answers. Hi, Hema. Hi. Husna said yes, yes. Azrael said yes, yes. Hema have used art in her teaching. Great. Mariam said yes in capital letters. Thank you, Mariam. Right. Aha. Okay. So I'm wondering for those people who only say it's once, so that's yes. Does that mean that all of you are an art teacher or were art teacher? Which one of the question actually are you responding to yes? Sheila also yes. Okay, I see. All right. Interesting. Right. Nadia, yes, Nadia, I see. Let me see. Nadia, no, she has never teaches art before, but she has used art in her teaching. True, never teach art, but would like to use it in teaching. Great, you are in the right place too. All right, Zulkarnain, number one and two, yes. Wow, okay. All right. How? Yes, students ask why you always use art teach math. Right. No, 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 nothing wrong there with using art in mathematics. In fact, a lot of arts actually derive or use mathematics functions for their arts, right? Okay, right. Now, I want to introduce all of you to our, I will not say facilitator, our friend today. So our friend today is Noopur Pandit from A for Art Collective. Noopur is also one of the teachers in A for Art Collective, just as Tina, who has shared with us the last 2 weeks. So Noopur will be taking over the session for tonight. I have gone through her content before tonight, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for this session tonight. Right. Noopur, you ready?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Oh, crystal clear.
Very excited to see everyone.
All right, let me just stop sharing here so that you can start right away.
Okay,
All right, over to you, Noopur.
sure. Hi, everyone. Please allow me a minute to share my screen. And I would request you all to give me a thumbs up when you can see my screen. Okay. So here I go. Okay. Can I see thumbs up? Thank you, Atika. Looking for more reactions. Yeah, I see some on chat. Amazing. Thank you so much. So before we move to the session, what I want to do is take a minute to introduce myself. Hi everyone. I am Noopur from India. I'm going to keep my speed a bit like medium, talking speed, so that everyone can understand me. And if you have problem in understanding my accent, because I know that every country will have their mother tongue mixed with English. So if you have any problem, do feel free to ask doubts or ask questions on chat if you don't understand what I said. So with that, before we kick in the activity, just a minute to tell you all who I am, what I'm doing here. So I mainly have been working in education sector since 2014. And it started as a student when I was completing my master's and teaching some kids from a community nearby my house. And these were children from underprivileged background. And I wanted to help them bridge the gap that was not getting addressed in school, and they had a lot of responsibilities at home. And that is something that I started. And that is where my teaching journey began, where I was actually going to go become a PhD holder and, become a researcher. But when I started teaching these kids, I fell in love with teaching. And I taught them for 2.5, 3 years. All of them went to college ahead. And then I joined Teach for India Fellowship. If you have heard, it's a global fellowship where you work in a government school, public school, for 2 years as a full-time teacher. So from 2017 to 19, I worked as a teacher in a public school, which was an amazing experience. And hats off to all of you, because I know how much hard work it takes to become a teacher. It's not a five hour, 6 hour job. It's a really big responsibility. Every one of us hold on our shoulders. And after that, I wanted to empower teachers around me because I really admire and respect their work. So I started tutoring, teaching teachers, training teachers, or maybe also learning a lot from them. I think maybe it was not a 50-50 thing. I learned more than I could, ever teach them. And I have been a teacher educator, and also currently in my job, we support state government to form policies for teacher training, to create programs for teacher training. So I immensely enjoy my work. And thank you so much to Atika that she has given me this platform to go beyond India and interact with you all. And super excited. So that is all about me. And I was very excited when all of you shared about, like, said hello, and responded to all the questions that were asked. And I would love to see this enthusiasm going. I know that it's very late in Malaysia right now, but we will keep it light and not make you bored. We'll try to make it more engaging and interesting. So that's about me. If anybody wants to share something, maybe take 10 seconds and say hello to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Naveen. Thank you, Rajeshwari, Nadia. Okay. Amazing. Amazing to see this energy. So with this energy, let's start with the first activity of today. All the instructions are written on the screen, but I'm still going to say it once. So first of all, let's just take a deep breath. Let's just take a longest breath that we have taken today. Let's do it. If you want to do it one more time, let's just do it. Okay. With that deep breath, let's just think about how are we feeling right now. Think about what you're feeling. Just think. Don't type it yet. Okay. So now you know how you're feeling. There may be one feeling, there may be many feelings. Now there is a slightly interesting task. What would the color of your feeling be? Whatever you're feeling, what is the color of your feeling? Yes, I can see that some people are already typing it. Yeah. So just like Atika did right now, you have to type your name, your country name, and the color of your feeling or feelings. Let's just do that. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Amira. Oh, so sorry to hear that, Noor. Take care. Wow, so many colors here. Thank you, Azril. Naveen, I would like you to think about what is the color of that happy looks like to you. Thank you, Sia. And please correct me if I pronounced your name wrong. Just 20 to 30 seconds more to hear from more people. Thank you, Nadia. Oh, thank you, How. Oh, thank you, Hema. We have a rainbow in our chat box right now. Thank you, Nolene. Thank you, Mariam, Asima. Okay, amazing. Keep your responses coming in. So with this amazing rainbow of colors, I would just move to next slide. So if you normally see, this is how we color the feelings, how the standard color is. Sometimes red is for angry, orange is for afraid, yellow for surprise. But some, it differs. The individual experience differs because I feel yellow today. And for me, yellow today is very excited. So for me, yellow is excited and not surprised. I would like to hear from some people if you want to unmute and share what was the feeling behind your color today. Maybe somebody who's feeling purple. What is the purple feeling today? Atika, I would like you to share like what is green for you?
Green for me is actually, I'm feeling quite under the weather. So my green is actually sick.
Oh, take care.
I want to hear from other people. Maybe Hema can share. Hema, what is the feelings underneath your purple?
Okay, maybe Hema is prepping and settling down. So let us give people chance to settle down for a while.
Right. What about other people then?
Wow, Nadia has shared something interesting with us, and we can check that. Amazing. Amazing. Keep your responses coming, whatever they are. And let's not be shy because it's our space. Let's claim our space. And I really love the varied responses that we have on chat. And just to respect everyone's time, I'm moving ahead. But I would really, really encourage anyone, if you want to anytime come off mute, do feel free. We would love to hear your voice. Okay. So if you can see, I know that Atika has already shared the norms for the space, but these are not norms. This is something that I just want to, have a collective feeling, is that today's theme, and as you would see what the theme is, and maybe some of you already guessed what the theme is, the theme requires us to be very open and very creative. And in the activity right now, I saw so many of you like being creative with your colors and visualizing different colors for your feeling. And that's what we want going ahead in the session throughout. Second, very, very important, I think once we grow up, once we are not children anymore, what we do is we want to be perfect all the time. I want to give a perfect answer, otherwise people will judge me. I want to be the perfect teacher. I want to be the perfect person. But I don't see fun in that. I think more than perfection, what we are going to try today is reflection. So, okay, so what, you made a mistake? What did you learn from the mistake? Or so what? So what? I just want to share whatever I'm feeling, even if it's imperfect. Okay. So that is something that we want to take with us. And lastly, if you can see, the last picture has guitar. Can anybody guess why there is a guitar there? You can also share on chat. That's not a problem. I hear somebody unmuting. Yes, I would love to hear you. Hi, how? Okay. The silences are also important. All right. So as you can see, there is a guitar there. And guitar has a lot of strings, even though this one probably I pasted a wrong picture. But this one doesn't have a lot of strings. But a normal guitar, if you see, it has so many strings. And even though when we are hearing a song, even when one note is missing, the song doesn't come out very well, right? So whenever we hear a song, every note in the song is important. So similarly, in this session, wherever you are from, no matter how much experience you have, everybody is going to have something unique to say and some different perspective on the things shared here. So let's all come together and let's all give our voice, give our unique opinion so that we can create a song together today. So these are the very three simple norms for today. Yes, and I also see response from Rajeshwari. Thank you, Rajeshwari. So Rajeshwari says the guitar symbolizes self-expression and the sharing of unique perspective, emphasizing personal conversation and creative individuality. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we want to say. That be your own self, bring your own self here and share your perspectives. Okay. And another two things that you will keep seeing in the presentation that I'm sharing is either you will see the hand sign or you will see the message sign. So wherever you see that, we have two options to hear your voice. Either you can raise your hand and to speak directly, unmute and speak. And second is type your response in chat. So I know that many of us are adults and it's very late in the evening for many of us. So I know that maybe unmuting and sharing is not always possible, but please keep your responses coming in the chat. I would love to hear from you. And with that, let's go to the first very interesting exercise. As you can see, there are two images on this slide. Okay. Now you have to look at the images and think, what are the thoughts in your mind about these images? How do you feel about these images? And I'm going to give time for people to think. How says image is more easy to focus? Tesser says fairy tale and focus. Am I saying your name right? Okay. Nadia says complicated. Okay. Suraya says, I feel like I'm going to mess up. Okay. Why do you think so, Suraya? Rajeshwari says it evokes a sense of wonder. The contrast between art and science inspires creativity and curiosity. Interesting. Interesting. Keep your responses coming. Something is not good. Okay. Why do you feel so? Okay. Sheila says it's abstract, modern art, and there is science. Interesting. A couple of 2, 3 more responses, and then we'll move on to next slide. If anybody just wants to unmute and share, feel free to raise your hand. Okay, 1 or 2 more responses, please. Okay, Noor. Okay, I hear that. Suraya says the science needs so much focus, but the pic is just so bright. I couldn't focus on both. I feel like I'm not relaxed with these two. Okay, so these pictures are making you uneasy. I'm so sorry. Okay. I hear somebody unmuting. Was somebody unmuting? Nora. Okay, you just joined. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. Nolene says, I'm not sure. Okay. But it's a feeling unique to everyone. And a lot of people are getting the feelings of focus. Some are saying that like there is art, there is science. Some are saying these images are making them uneasy. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So now there is some invisible connection between these two slides, these two images. Can you think what that connection would be? What is the connection between these two images? Okay, Suraya says movement. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Amira says imagination. Okay. How says learning through diagram. Okay. Interesting. One or two responses more. And I love the engagement through the chat. Thank you so much, guys. It's amazing. It feels amazing. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm connected on two devices. On one device, I have my PPT sharing with you. And on another device, I'm responding to your chats. And that's why my eyes will be downwards when I am responding to your chats. Okay, Nadia says, oh, so many responses. Nadia says picture and symbol. Okay. Sheila says high tide, something to do with density it is. Okay. Okay. Noor says, for me, fairy tale is not real. And stop, create something not real for life. Okay. So you're saying that left image is just fairy tale, but you want to be more realistic in life and more focused. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So as many of you could guess, the connection between these images is that on the left, if you see movement, and I think that was the first response itself. If you see a movement in the sky, on the left, can anybody guess what painting this is on the left? Does anybody know the name of the painting which is there on the left? You can quickly unmute and share as well. Okay, no problem, Sheila. Alisa, close enough. But it's a famous, famous painting. Has anybody seen it? So without scaring all of you and interrogating you, it's, yes, Fazila. If I'm saying your name right, yes, it's a Van Gogh's painting. Perfect, perfect. Yes. So it's a famous painting by a famous artist, Vincent van Gogh. And the painting is called Starry Night. Yeah. So in the Starry Night, as Zureda says, there is an air movement. Okay. And this painting can be used for explaining how the fluids move, fluid dynamics. So there is a concept in science called fluid dynamics. It talks about how liquids or gases move when they are placed in some space. And this painting shows very amazingly how these fluids move. So this complicated equation is made very, very real with the painting on the left side. Very interesting, right? If you found this connection interesting, please type interesting in the chat. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Zureda. Perfect. So, based on this, can anybody guess what the today's session is going to be about? What are we going to discuss in this session? Oops. Yes, Suraya. So, what is the topic for today? What do you think? Yes, very close. Amira, art, yes. Suraya, very, very close. Art can be source of interpretation of science, yes. Sheila says art in teaching. Amazing, amazing audience, yes. So what we are going to talk about today is how you can use art in teaching learning process. It is called art integration. Okay, I think I have given away way too much. Expressionism. Yes. Thinking out of the box. Yes. Very close. So we are going to talk about art integration. So what do you think art integration is, or how will you say what is art integration? Many of you have already guessed it, but I just want to hear from more people. Azila says art importance in education. Yes, somewhat similar. Suraya says is to add art in basic subjects. Sheila says integrating art in other subjects. Yes. How says STEAM teaching? Perfect. How would you like to unmute and share? What do you mean by STEAM? I know it, but I just want other people to know as well. If you're comfortable unmuting, can you please unmute and share? Okay, okay. Thank you. Art for motivation study. Okay, okay. So I think many of you could guess it very, very right. Yes, Zurida also says art to make subject interesting. How says I teach math and art. So connect art and physics. Okay, very, very close. Okay, so as you can see, art integration is bringing art into your teaching, no matter what you're teaching. Maybe you're teaching math, maybe you're teaching science, physics, biology, chemistry, maybe you're teaching social sciences, maybe you're teaching, say, teaching literacy, you're teaching writing, you're teaching English or any other language. So no matter which subject you're teaching, you can use art. And what is art? Not just paintings, anything, music, visual arts like paintings, movies, pictures, dance, theater. So any kind of art, when you use it in your teaching, it is called art integration, bringing art and your subject together. For example, I know a teacher who used origami, the paper folding technique, for teaching angles to her students. Okay. So can you think of more examples? Yes, can you give more example or example of when you used art in teaching? Because I remember many people said that they use art for teaching. So can somebody unmute and share how did you do that? When did you do that? Yes, amazing. So how used folding paper for teaching symmetry? Amazing. That is art integration. Yes. Wow, acting for history class. Amazing. You people already are doing such amazing creative stuff. You're also using chanting and singing in classroom. Yes. Noor uses art to teach students how to remember symbol in programming. Wow, interesting. Some more examples, please. Surya, would you like to unmute and share and tell us which topic did you teach like that? How do you do that in your lesson? Wow, pull up a net to teach nets of 3D. Amazing. Drawing to share their feeling before you start a class. Amazing. You guys are pros. That was my mom. She was going somewhere. She was saying bye to me. It's been a silent session, and I would like to hear some voices. Wow, you create mobile sculptures. So you call origami mobile sculptures. Oh. Azila, you have unmuted. Do you want to share something? Okay. So as we saw so many examples like these, and more coming, is that creating collage using principles of art, acting, singing, poem, and underline the expression through the symbol and through colors, making it interesting. Yeah, and also colors to show how much you understood, like red, yellow, green. Wow. I would also like some of you to unmute and share things so that we bring more voices into this. It's only me talking, so it gets boring. So remember, our guitar, only one string is playing. We want more strings playing. Okay. So, like many of you gave example, using art in teaching something different, like In the beginning, we saw using the painting to teach concept in science. So you can do it in maths, you can do it in social sciences, you can do it in computer science as well. So you can use art in teaching something. Okay. So now the question is, why? Why do we use art for teaching a subject? Like there are different methods for teaching subjects. So why are we using art here? How is art helpful? Why is it helpful in the classroom?
Hello.
Hello, hi.
I guess art is more close to students' heart.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. Thank you, Suraya. Yes, feel free to unmute and share as well. Amazing. Ali, would you like to share? You have unmuted, I think. Colorful. Yes, students love art. Happy mood. Perfect, perfect. To attract pupils, to make interest in teaching, more to take their attention. Amazing. Yes, perfect. It's colorful. So students love art. Yes. Amazing. Yes, how? So weakest students, students who are sometimes, not understanding the concept, to help them to see, like, what those numbers actually mean, to help them understand the abstract concept. Perfect. Yes, Noor. Getting students to focus. Yes. Nadia says art makes teaching more interesting and colorful. Yes. Can support different learning styles. Yes. Can you also tell your name? I guess art is a good platform for both teacher and students to express. Yes, and yeah, not just students. It's also teachers. Yes. For year one and two, they love art and sing. It's by the lyrics. Yes, they love it, the younger kids. Art is important in teaching because some students have visual skills. Yes, not many like just like writing or, just reading, writing. They like to see some things. Wow. Yes. Okay. So, yes. And as we all know, like this is why we need to use art in teaching. So, one thing that is most important in learning is that instead of remembering, you do something, right? So, art gives students to experience, to do it. And by doing it, they remember it very, very well. Inclusion, like many of you said, that some students, they have different learning styles. Sometimes they have difficulty in, writing. So maybe they can draw or they can sing. It increases joy. Like you said, your students really love it. It's colorful. They really enjoy art. Yes, so it increases joy of learning and holistic development. So if you see in art, we are using art when we are teaching something. Students are not just learning subject. They are learning a lot of other skills. They are learning the motor skills. They are learning singing skills. They are learning collaboration, or when you do acting, they are learning acting or speaking skills, right? So art can make a lot of development. Like I remember I was a student in school, and I was very, very shy. I did not talk at all in school. I was very quiet. And one day we had a teacher, and what she asked us to do was just come in front, and she asked us to act how you behave in front of a mirror. Okay, what do you do in front of a mirror? And that was easy thing to act, right? And I loved it so much. And she picked up on my skills of acting, and then I started acting in school plays. I started going to competitions, and that helped me open up so much as a person. Like right now, if you hear me talking, nobody would believe that I was so shy. I would not talk to anyone. But art helped me become more open and more expressive person. So some of you had already brought this point up, and I would like to hear more. Yes, art makes harder subjects more delightful. Yes, exactly. Wow, love the engagement. So many answers. Would also love you to unmute and share. It's a good opportunity to practice and to speak here. Nobody is going to judge. So I've got many responses about what it is and why do we use art to teach. Now the question is, how do we do it? How should I create lessons which have art in them? So I have an answer to that as well. Okay. So I have tried to create a three-step process. First is thinking of a lesson. Second is brainstorming or thinking about what art to teach, like what art to use for teaching that subject. And lastly, collaboration and co-creation. Okay. So let's look at all these three steps one by one, which will teach you or which will help you understand how, in a very, very simple way, you can create a lesson that has some art in it. Okay. So now, step one, think of a lesson. Okay. Think of any lesson or any topic you want to teach in your classroom. It can be vocabulary, it can be social studies, it can be math concept. Okay. So think of as many lessons as you can that you are going to teach in the classroom in the next week, or you want to learn to master that topic, and pick a lesson. Sometimes there are certain concepts which are really boring for students, or there are certain concepts that you are teaching already very well, but you want to make them better. So take a minute and write on a paper, on a tab, or wherever, all these lessons that you can teach in the classroom. Once you're done writing this, you can give a thumbs up. Great. So I am assuming that many of you have written some topic or some lesson in your notebooks. Can I get at least 1 or 2 thumbs up if you have written it? Just thumbs up sign. Okay. I'm assuming that many people are not able to access it. I saw Suraya trying to do it. So I'm assuming that as a thumbs up. So first step was selecting a topic. Okay. Now, once you know what the topic is, you can brainstorm the art. So brainstorming is just thinking, like, there is a storm in your brain and you think. Now I know the topic. Now related to that topic, what art can I use to teach that topic? Can it be a song? Can it be a visual piece, like a painting or a picture? Can I tell a story to students about it? Can I act the concept or ask students to act that concept? Or can I make my students move to remember that? So in English, I used to do that in school, with my students, is that if they had a new word like twist, so I will teach them the acting, twist. So with movement, they would always remember twist means this movement, right? So think of ideas like that and write them in your notebook. And like before, if you have written that, give a thumbs up. Thank you, Atika. Thank you, Suraya. Okay. So now I got 1 or 2 responses on this. Thank you, Sheila. So we move to the last step of this. So when you are creating a lesson to teach something with art, how can you collaborate or how can you co-create? What will you do? Collaboration is taking help from somebody or, so how will you do that? Can anybody suggest some ideas? Azila, Nauleen, Suraya, Anna, Alif, Zadatul, Nadia, Noor, how? Okay, how can you collaborate and co-create? I'll just give you hint. Okay, how says you can integrate computer for teaching? So there are some ideas that you can maybe you want to know what your students are learning in the art class or experts or any resources. Which resource would you go to? How will you make your lesson better? Okay, people who go for ideas on Pinterest, can you give me thumbs up? Amazing. Noor uses sky color for teaching the concept of color. Invite an artist. Yeah, maybe you can do it online. Connect with some artists online, Suraya. But amazing idea. Yes. And I can see many of you also use Pinterest. Okay. So we know that we have to think of a lesson. We have to think of what art you will use for teaching that lesson. And you can collaborate with the artist. You can take help from the artist. You can take help from the art teacher. Or you can go to Pinterest or online resources for making your lesson better. So we can practice it together. Okay. So Atika, I just need your help in typing out some responses that we get. Okay, fine. I found the annotate, but I don't know how that can be used to type. Okay. So can anybody suggest a lesson? Any lesson that you are going to teach? Yes, TikTok video. Perfect. So maybe I want to teach my students about World War II. Okay, that is one lesson. So how the society was in World War II. Yes, if you have unmuted, I can't hear you. Can you please tell me what you were trying to say? Okay. So if we are going to teach World War II, which art can we use to teach it? What can I use for teaching World War II using art? Movie. Perfect. Yes. Any more ideas?
Acting.
Can you please repeat what you said?
Acting. They can
Acting.
collaborate. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? How will you use acting?
Maybe they can form a group and then each group act as the each
Yes, yes. So forming group and maybe one group is one country or different
yes.
characters. Yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Surya. Comic, drama, perfect. Yes. So I'm just typing out some ideas here. Okay. So how will you collaborate and co-create? What help will you take for making these ideas better? Animated videos, yes. Where can you take help from? Who will you take help from? So some of you had said TikTok earlier or YouTube. Anything else? Collaborate with language teacher for script. Perfect. Yes. Flipped classroom. Can you tell us what flipped classroom is? I know what it is, but I just want to hear from you. Hema Rani, if you can type or unmute and share and tell us the idea of flipped classroom. Okay, until then, we can just take one more very simple topic. If you want to teach division in math, what art ideas can you use for teaching division? Amazing, singing, yes. Yes, coming up with a storyboard, yes. So I think division here can be, there can be a division song. Yes. Yes. They can learn Google search, AI tools. Yes. You can teach them division through food distribution during festivals, so that it will be festival as well as mathematics class. They will learn division through that. Amazing. So I think we have a lot of ideas, and that was the 3 simple steps for creating an art integrated lesson. So any lesson you want to teach, how you can use art and how you can take help from many resources to teach this. I'm just taking a screenshot and saving it. Okay, fine. So now moving ahead. Atika, I don't know how to move ahead. My slide control. Okay. How to erase the annotation. Okay. Huh, thanks. I will share the screenshot with everyone. I have taken the screenshot. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to discuss all this topic that we discussed, and we are going to practice this one more time in breakout room. So we are going to you are going to select any one lesson that you want to teach and which activities you are going to use for teaching this lesson. But the activities have to have art in them. So it can be song, painting, acting, movement, dance, anything. Okay. And when you are doing that, what are the challenges or problems you are having? Where is it that you might need help? What are the challenges? And also, how you will overcome these challenges, how you will solve these challenges for yourself. Okay. So these are the 4 points that you need to think about. Atika, do you want to give any instructions before going to breakout rooms?
All right, so take 2 to 3 minutes here to prepare based on the prompts that Noopur has shared on the screen. After 2 or 3 minutes, we will move you to breakout rooms. In the breakout rooms, you will have the actual conversation. So this is actually the main um component of GTC, where the conversation takes place. This is where you will be introducing yourself, getting to know each other teachers from other parts. I hear when we were doing the opening just now that some of the teachers are all the way from Sabah, and we have some teachers from Johor as well. So it will be good for you guys to get to know each other, introduce yourself, and also share these 4 prompts that Noopur has shared on the screen. Um, for breakout room, you will have 15 minutes for that, but don't worry, let's take this 2 to 2.5 minutes to prepare for now. And then I will be sending you guys off to breakout room immediately. All right, everyone, we'll be sending you guys off to breakout room. The breakout room will open for 15 minutes. Use the time wisely. We want to hear and see you interacting with each other. This is the whole point of the session, actually, to have you guys interact with one another and share, and also get some guidance from peer teachers. Right. See you guys after 15 minutes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Soraya.
Hi.
Sorry to cut your conversation, but this is the only time that we have for tonight. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, I see Hao there. Hello. Sorry to cut you guys off from your conversation, but this is the only time we have for tonight. I hope you guys can continue on having conversations with other peer teachers, even outside of GTC section. So let's see if we are listening to what our conversation partners have been saying in the breakout room. I maybe Suraya. I want to hear maybe from Hema, because we have heard Suraya's voice tonight. Maybe Hema can share. Is there anything interesting that your conversation partner have shared with you tonight?
my God, I think I actually all the time I'm the one conquer this conversation, right? So I give the chance to Suraya. Let her try because I already old member can considers old member, but better give Suraya. Suraya really practice a lot and she want to share.
Okay, okay,
I think
good.
better Suraya. Suraya, come.
Okay, I'm gonna start first. So basically, I'm Suraya. I'm from. I teach history class in Bido Perak. So basically, in my school, I teach form 1, form 2, form 3. So mostly my class is from the. Atika, can you translate kelas belakang?
Kelas belakang.
So it's the classes that are lower performing, if we can
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the lower performing students.
Mhm.
So mostly they are Indians and Malay. So basically they are doing grouping. So so my subject will be history, and I will add drama as a form of art integration into my class because most of the time I'm doing that. So my challenges that I would be facing is obviously time because drama could take up so much of time of practicing, and also is a language barrier because they are Indians and Malay. So Indians are speaking is speaking Tamils, Hindu, Tamils, and then the Malay are speaking Bahasa Melayu. So they are not collaborate well in their language. So what I'm going to do to overcome my challenges is that whenever I'm doing drama, I will make sure that everyone is involved actively. If they have a difficulty in their language to speak in Bahasa Melayu, I openly ask them to speak in their mother tongue, such as Tamil. And I have another translator to translate what they are talking about. So so at least the students are learning history and also they are learning Tamil at, at the same time. So yeah, that's a wrap up.
That's amazing. That's an amazing, amazing effort you have there, Soraya. Really, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything interesting that you learned from your conversation partner tonight, Soraya?
It has opened my mind towards arts because actually arts is much more closer to the kids, to the students because they can express well beside of the just a book based learning.
Mm. I see. Do you think
So
art
I
is more
can learn
practical?
about another form of art like
Ah,
singing or yeah.
right. Yes. I echo what Noopur is saying on the chat. You guys can also share in the chat too. But I want to hear from How. How maybe you can share with us about what you shared in the breakout room just now.
Actually, I always facing the challenges when go into the class behind, especially the boys. Think about how to do that. But until now, I only know one thing can attract them, just the computer. That's all I know that one can attract them. Other than that, I think very difficult. Because every time I reflection are the challenges from these boys, these all boys. Very susah ask them to sit down and listen to you. Very susah. So now if during the lesson I'm trying not to put my computer. I will try to start with the mathematics term, just a few words only. Then I want to make it as a story. After make it as a story to just let them to recognize the term in that topic. So always I restructure. If the intelligent students are sometimes your idea will come on the spot after you observe them. You'll see what you are going to strengthen them. Sometimes like that. the idea comes suddenly. So I just like I can run well with the intelligence for the group work, but the behind student cannot. So this is the challenges I face.
I see. So you're
Mm.
leveraging on collaborative group work to
Yes, I
help
want
you
to.
with your challenges. Wow.
Yes, I want this type of the idea.
Right, right. This is
Mm.
amazing. This is really, really amazing, Hal. Thank you so much. All right. Besides from the things that you have shared in the breakout room just now, is there anything interesting in particular that you might have learned from your conversation partner?
Yes, I think start with the just a few steps. The first has a big topic. The second has a brainstorm. I think about it. I think, but I can notice myself is very weak in acting something or singing something. Maybe this type of the thing can be more interesting. But I'm lack of this character.
Maybe you can gain new friends here who can actually give you support with that. Who knows, right? All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Hal.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. Nupur, maybe you can take this time to sum up the session, or is there any last words that you want to share with our teachers today?
Yes, yes, yes. First of all, thank you so much. I know that you have had a long day and it's an evening late time. Still, I could see a lot of engagement on chat, and thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for talking to me, even though it was via chat. And I would love to hear more voices, and I would encourage all of you to, use this space to just unmute and share. You don't have to be perfect. And you can do that in the next sessions as well, whenever Atika is doing an amazing thing for all of us. And I want to give a shout out to Atika for doing this for us. And yeah, so today what we learned was basically using art in your teaching learning, because it's joyful for students and it's amazing, joyful for you also. If you see your students learning, it will make you happy also. And we saw 3 steps, which how summarized for us is that thinking of a topic, then thinking which art you are going to use for that topic, and how you can take help and collaborate, and how you can use internet or your friends for creating a lesson like that. Thank you for your participation. And whatever feedback you have on the session, what worked, what could have been better, I would like you all to type it on chat or just convey it to Atika.
All right. Thank you so much, Nupur. So, I have just a few important announcements and opportunities that I would like to share with you guys. So, again, before I go sharing about all these amazing opportunities, let's all say thank you. We really appreciate Nupur for taking the time, putting so much effort into this session, and making everybody engage. Yes, we are quite on the silence side tonight, but I can see a lot of people just buzzing around in the chat section. I mean, that works too. So thank you, Noopur Pandit from A4 Art Collective in India. So now, in GTC, we have quite a number of opportunities of which you can be part of. So what are some of the opportunities that are available to you? Let me share with you. Number one, we will be having Global Teacher Conference, mini conference at the end of this chapter. We'll see it's either will happen in December this year or January, early January next year. So this is where you can take part as a presenter, where you can present your knowledge or skills, or you can even share your stories or experience that you do, right? That's one opportunity. Another opportunity in GTC is that you can also become a session lead. So it's that's not this space, that's not this voice leading the session. We also have had members like Hema, like Jinsan, who have taken the lead to sessions. and host a GTC session before. If you're thinking, oh, this is something new that I want to challenge myself with, I want to take over a session and lead a session. We will be providing you with also support and help you. It's how do you do that if you're thinking this is my first time, don't worry, you can reach out to us as to how you can become a session lead. Next. Now, I read from your chat that some of you guys are teaching primary students. Now, we have an opportunity. Ozeki Primary School in Fukuoka, Japan has reached out to us in GTC about a class collaboration. So they will be sharing materials that their students have been making. So to be sent over to Malaysian primary friends, primary students. So if you are a teacher in a primary school, or if you know someone who is teaching in a primary school, this is an opportunity which you can grab to do a class collab with Ozeki Primary School in Fukuoka, Japan. So this class collab is expected to happen in October, throughout October to November this year. Okay, besides students class collaboration, we also have teachers activities. So we have had our first GTC learning retreat for educators last year in 2023 to Sabah. Now, the next one, we are going to Sarawak in January 2025. So if you are curious as to what it is, there will be an info session about what GTC Learning Retreat Sarawak 2025 is. And you can decide for yourself whether you want to join. Right. Now, who are eligible to sign up for these opportunities? Now, these opportunities are only open for members only. So if you have not yet signed up to become a member for Global Teacher Conversation, this is how you can sign up. So you can use the QR code here on the screen, or you can use the link bit.ly/GTC 2024_register. Let me just put the link in the chat so you can also copy that into your own keepsake. Okay. Let's say, oh, I want to present in a mini conference, or I want to be a session lead, or you think, oh, I want to collab with the class from Ozeki Primary School in Fukuoka. So these are all open for members only. So make sure you sign up, then you will get exclusive access to opportunities within GTC. All right. Right. Some of you guys have been asking about how do we request for certificate, right? Now, there are 3 simple steps. Step 1, email your request to global.teacher.conversation@gmail.com and provide the details you want on the certificate. So some people only want their full name on the certificate. So you just give your full name on the certificate. Some people want to give their full name with IC number. So you give your full name and IC number as well. If you have any other details, like maybe your school or anything, school name or anything, you give that too. So email your request saying, oh, I want to request for certificate for the session tonight, 28th September, to global.teacher.conversation@gmail.com. Now, what will happen next? Step 2, GTC will review your request. We have been doing sessions since 2021 free of charge for educators, for everyone. However, what we are expecting from people is that people actually take on the opportunity to really immerse in the experience, really get to know one another, really get into the conversation bit, because global teacher conversation is the very foundation that GTC is in. So we will review, we will look into whether you have been participative, whether you have been responsive, and then you will be receiving response to your request via email. If upon review, we see that you have been participating, you will receive your certificate that way. All right, simple, right? So just email your request to global.teacher.conversation@gmail.com. Right. We are also on Facebook, so you can find us on Global Teacher Conversation. You can just type Global Teacher Conversation on Facebook, So every single sessions announcement and also session recording you can find on our Facebook page. You can also share about what you feel, what you have experienced tonight in the session, and tag us Global Teacher Conversation. We would love to read what you have probably learned or some new insights that you found through our session tonight. Right, let's take some photo before we end the session. Maybe you guys can quickly just briefly switch on your video so we can take photos, everyone. Okay, let me give everyone about 5 seconds. Hi, I see Hema. Hi. Hi, Azriel. Nice to see you. Hi. Noeling. Okay, all right. I will take our lovely photos right away. Okay, everyone ready? Okay, smile to the camera. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay. Now, our next dinner session will happen on the 12th of October, Saturday night, same time, the next 2 weeks on Zoom. So if you have already become a member, you will get an exclusive update via email about upcoming session. You can also follow us on Facebook page to see our upcoming session on 12th of October. So take care, everyone. Please take care. I'm not well myself. I hope you guys are taking care of your health. And see you guys on October 12th. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.